You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Trans for Black and White Sports. Let's talk about the Sunday Night Football ratings. As we know, we've been monitoring the ratings in light of all the social justice BS that has been shoved down our throat from the NFL. And of course, there's another addendum to that after the crap we heard about Jacob Blake over the weekend. Freaking monster. So, let's take a look at the ratings. Let's sort of dig into it. Last night was a marquee matchup, a huge matchup. Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer, who is, by the way, playing at an MVP level. Aaron Rodgers is dominant so far this year. And I do mean dominant. Right now, it's Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers fighting it out for the MVP against future Hall of Famer Drew Brees and Sean Payton, right? Probably a future Hall of Famer coach, I'm sure. And the New Orleans Saints, a marquee matchup. Not to mention, the Packers have a national following, a lot like the Steelers, a lot like the Cowboys, a little bit like the Patriots, but not to that. You know, the Patriots aren't quite there yet on a national level, I don't think. The Packers have got a huge fan base. So, let's take a look. Raiders would be the other one. Let's take a look and talk about these ratings and see what we've got. According to Deadline, this is from SportsNot. According to Deadline, the Packers-Saints game, primetime game, grabbed 14.43 million viewers with a 4.2 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Okay? Now, that, to be fair, was actually up about this much from last week's Patriots-Seahawks game. So, from last week to this week, there was a little bit of a bump, but I think people thought on paper Saints-Packers is going to be a big offensive explosion game, and so you did have a few more people tune in. So the grass is real green right now, right? Well, not so fast, because this shows you that people have dropped out versus last year, okay? Last year's game, in my opinion, was a flat stinker. Rams, Jared Goff, okay? We're not talking about a set the world on fire quarterback. Jared Goff, serviceable in NFL quarterback, I guess. I'm not the biggest Jared Goff fan. Against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. That game last night, the ratings for it were 11% lower than the Rams and the Cleveland Browns. And in the 18 to 49 key demographic that they really care about in television when it comes to advertising dollars, last year's game drew a 5.4. Last night's game drew a 4.2. Folks, that is significant. That is significant. And a lot of that, I can tell you right now, because they're not showing a lot of the social justice BS during the broadcast now, but I can tell you so much of that's got to do with how people have fallen out of favor with Drew Brees. Look, Drew Brees was put up here on a pedestal among many fans as a big-time stand-up dude. And then he bent the knee over the national anthem and the kneeling. He come out and said, I don't believe in kneeling because of my grandfathers that were involved in the war. And then like a bitch, he turned-tailed and ran when his own teammates, y'all are some bitches too, by the way, for not, look, the Chargers had each other's back over who wanted to kneel and not kneel. Some of the guys even said, hell, I'll stand with you. You know, we'll stand with you. Compared to the Saints, Malcolm Jenkins, Michael Thomas, threw Drew Brees right under the bus. And then LeBron James punk ass jumped right in, right? So, you had that. People were already pissed off at Drew Brees. And then he decides to put Jacob Blake's name across his helmet, a guy that was a sexual assaulter, and over the weekend, trust me, this was a huge story. I did a video on it. We talked about it on a live stream on this channel yesterday that's got over 80,000 views on it right now. We found out Jacob Blake was trying to kidnap the children in that van. And that's why the officer popped a cap in his ass. All right. And yes, he did have a knife. The officer said, and both officers confirmed Jacob Blake turned around to use the knife on the officer, and the officer shot him 7 fucking times. Good job. This police officer, is a hero. I'm not backing off of that. I don't care who likes it or not. And here we have Drew Brees. Jacob Blake's a monster. And Drew Brees put that name across his helmet. Packers Saints versus Rams Cleveland from last year. And you're talking about a 1.2 in the rating difference. That's huge in the key demographic of 18 to 49. That is massive. That's a massive drop when you consider the entities playing versus last year's games. People have most definitely turned the NFL off. Make no mistake. Tell me what you think, Black and White sports fans. Make sure you hit subscribe. We got channel memberships available. Good God, 5 million views on this channel last 28 days. Thank you all. We're growing like crazy. We just crossed 40,000 subs. Peace. We're out till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.